What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the TF Movie Show. This is just the web series we're talking about the Transformers live-action movie franchises. Episode number 36, and it's been a while since I talked about Bumblebee. It has been, well, from this day, exactly 46 days in release, and the movie has made $455 million worldwide in just under 2 months. And that is both a critical and financial success. What does that mean? That means we're getting more movies. The future of the Transformers live-action movie franchise is looking bright. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm still thinking about Bumblebee and how awesome it is. And so we've had a lot of time to think about it, and I want to talk about it a little bit more. I'm going to have a conversation with a couple of my favorite Transformers YouTubers, and I'm joined here with TF Fan Page 101.
Hey, Alex.
Last Prime Speculator.
What's up, Ragin Nation?
Retro Nostalgic Nerd.
What's up, Alex and Ragin Nation fans?
Rodimus Primal.
Hey, what's up, Alex?
And Comodin Cam.
What's up, Alex, for Ragin Nation?
So guys, let's just start off by talking about that amazing sequence. The very first opening scene, Cybertron. It was amazing. Let's talk about it. What did you guys think?
I was grinning from ear to ear.
I lost it when I saw the Cybertron scene.
I straight up cried. Pretty sure the hair on my ass stood up.
Seeing those live action scenes, it was like so much more alive than in the previous movies. I mean, like from the jagged, weird edges and stuff like that. Here, it like literally felt like all the colors and just Cybertron just felt alive. It was like very much like the War and Fall of Cybertron games.
Okay, that was epic.
I literally screamed in my theater.
That's exactly what I wanted to see ever since they first said they were going to do a live action movie. That's it right there.
You know what? For all of it being in CGI, you could pretty much tell exactly what's going on. You could pretty much tell who's who, and the fact that each character seems to be based by their iconic designs, that really helps.
This also proves, in my eyes, that G1 looks can work in a live action film. And I wanted more of that. I wanted more of that throughout the entire movie.
And the action itself, along with the rest of the film, is great because you can clearly tell exactly what's going on.
When those scenes were on, I was on the edge of my seat.
So, pretty much to sum it up,
I totally agree. And everybody else agrees that the Cybertron sequences were awesome, and we just wanted more of that. It was just a huge unexpected surprise. Now, what was also a huge unexpected surprise was how good this film was. And nobody expected that. In fact, a lot of people were actually thinking that this movie wasn't going to be good at all. I mean, it's just about Bumblebee. So I just want to know what your thoughts are on that. What do you guys think about Bumblebee before watching the movie versus after you've seen the movie?
I was very nervous.
I never disliked his character. He just wasn't like the character that I grew attached to.
well, a couple of years back I thought, really? We're getting a prequel movie for Bumblebee?
I really didn't want it because I didn't care for Bumblebee in the Michael Bay universe. I liked his designs and he was occasionally funny.
I just think that he's been overused a lot lately, you know what I mean? Like,
Personally, before seeing this movie, I thought Bumblebee was being forced down our throat.
It was unfortunate that they went with him being mute. It was great how they revealed how he lost his voice.
you know, other characters, they need more of a spotlight.
I mean, I get it, it's one of the iconic characters and kids are going to recognize him, but really, did we need it?
And I think his portrayal in the movie, you know, the radio speak thing, it's not my thing.
I'm still much of a guy that prefers Bumblebee speaking. I prefer Bumblebee talking.
I thought that it was over with, like at the end of the first, 2007 movie, and it's not over. So I want him to actually have a voice.
After seeing this movie, I've come to the conclusion that Bumblebee is a true hero and can carry a movie himself.
Freaking love him.
I gotta say, they did pretty well with the overall product, and I'm very satisfied.
I had my expectations lowered, but after watching this, getting to hear him talk as well by Dylan O'Brien was probably the best part.
As it progressed and as we saw more and more, like the fact that Bumblebee was Volkswagen and the fact that we saw Bumblebee for the first time in the very first trailer, I was thinking, you know what, I have a little bit of hope for this. So, turns out it was a great film.
So generally speaking, from what I gather, Bumblebee as a character was done really well, but there are still some mixed feelings about him not having his voice. And I totally get that because I actually wish he could have had his voice back. Dylan O'Brien is a great voice actor for Bumblebee. I thought he was a perfect choice to voice Bumblebee, so I wish that we could have heard his voice the entire time. But in any case, the character itself was done really well. Now, a couple of other characters that were done really well was Shatter and Dropkick as Decepticons. In my opinion, some of the best Decepticons in the live-action universe. What did you guys feel about them?
I like the way they pop.
Shadow and Dropkick are by far the best Decepticons we've ever had in a Transformers movie.
I really like those two.
Love the personalities that they gave them. They weren't just, hey, here's the bad guys.
Shatter and Dropkick were phenomenal villains. They were true Decepticons. Evil, smart,
Dark.
decepting,
Really ruthless and cunning.
manipulative.
Really felt like they were Decepticons.
Everything you want in a true villain.
I like Shatter and Dropkick from their base. I like the idea of them. I think Shatter's a cool character. I really like Dropkick.
They actually have personality, they have traits to them. Dropkick is the snarky one, while Shadow is the more professional.
I loved hating them.
My problem with them is that we don't spend enough time with them.
And I wish we got a lot more of them.
For a movie that seems to just relax with certain scenes, we don't get enough of Shatter and Dropkick.
I was kind of annoyed that we didn't see a lot of them on screen.
They could have probably made them look more G1-ish. They looked a little more on the Bayformer side.
I also didn't like the fact that they never named them in the movie itself.
However, I gotta say that these are two characters that don't seem to bicker, and that seems like they could have easily done that. Shatter could be like, "You fool, you need to do this and dance around me like a puppet." But no, they just work off each other, and it seems like they've worked with each other for so long, and I think that's great.
It's a step in the right direction for more Decepticon characters, just like them two.
Other than that, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Travis Knight, as a director, was G1 fan. I mean, he grew up watching Transformers, so he knew exactly what he wanted to give to the fans and what he wanted to see in a live-action Transformers film. Now, with that being said, there is no confirmation if Travis Knight is coming back to direct another Transformers film, but what do you think about his direction? I mean, do you think he's steering the franchise in the right direction?
Travis Knight has definitely put the franchise in the right direction.
I think he did everything in his power to.
I'm really excited about Travis Knight and the hope he brought back to the Transformers live-action universe.
Even if he doesn't do future Transformers movies, I hope directors take note of what he did. This guy, I genuinely believed him as a fan. Like, he genuinely cared for these characters.
I hope he gets another shot and other opportunities in the future to direct more Transformers movies.
I think Travis Knight is a good compass, but whether or not Paramount and Allspark will go with his direction, we'll have to wait and see.
I really think he did a good job. He listened to what the G1 fans wanted. He listened to what the Transformers fans in general wanted.
You can really tell, though, that he wanted to amp up the G1 bits and bring us closer to a series of movies that I think that Transformers fans and regular moviegoers would like to see and enjoy.
We all wanted a movie about Transformers. Nobody cares about the government or what the government thinks of big giant space robots. We want character development with Transformers, and we want more Transformers!
I do like that we're taking it in a nice direction with this film, but let's hope that this isn't just a one-off opportunity that they kind of miss.
If this movie came out in 2007 instead, we would have had a different decade of Transformers films.
Yeah, he's definitely a great director, and a lot of people are saying that this is the best Transformers live-action film. So what do you guys think? In your opinion, which is the better Transformers live-action film? Bumblebee or the 2007 Transformers film?
See, I'm not sure how to make that comparison because the Bumblebee movie seems to go for a more basic route and even is kind of familiar with some other 80s films. While Transformers, the 2007 film, kind of goes for the more military aspect and how we kind of react to the Transformers.
In my opinion, the Bumblebee movie is far better than the Transformers 2007 movie.
I like Bumblebee way more than I liked Transformers 2007.
They are vastly different. I gotta say that Bumblebee seems to do itself a lot better, but because they're very different in how they kind of progress and how they kind of do things, I'm not sure exactly what to say about that.
It's close. It's very close. but I have to say that Bumblebee is the best Transformers movie in the live-action universe to date.
The base core of the film seems to be a person getting a car, and then that car is a robot. I think in that, Bumblebee movie did a better job, because Bumblebee seems to progress with the character, the human character, along with the story. And Sam just gets a car and then gets thrown into the action.
You know, I was just watching parts of the 2007 movie recently for my Triple Changers video as I was doing research for it. And I kept saying to myself, like, man, like, there's so many places that the 2007 movie went wrong.
Well, I appreciate that film for bringing life back into the franchise. It took like an hour to get to see Optimus Prime and the Autobots. While in Bumblebee, we see him straight away in Cybertron. We see their war and we see Bumblebee come into Earth. I feel like it should have just started like that from the beginning.
One of the things I really didn't like about the Bay films is that everything is in your face, and like all the action is like literally like if you took the two toys and just mashed them together, like that's what you're gonna get.
The action scenes, you could actually follow the action scenes. It wasn't all these camera angles going this way and that way, and you don't know what the hell is happening.
You can actually see the action happening during those sequences.
Can I tell you a secret about Transformers 2007? This is a very true statement. I've never watched the whole thing. I fall asleep every time. Once they're at the city battle, fall asleep. Every single time. I have not completed that movie once. I fall asleep in boredom.
They really did a lot of care to make sure that each of the Transformers had personality. Even though Bumblebee can't talk, he still had more personality in my eyes than any of the Transformers really did in the 2007 movie.
While I appreciate the 2007 movie, Bumblebee just wins it for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. In my opinion, Bumblebee is the best Transformers live action film, and I want to see more. So where do you guys want to see the franchise go next?
There's a lot up in the air right now about this being a reboot or not a reboot.
I really do think a reboot direction is the best course. They should just abandon the Bayverse, because I feel like it's generally a lost cause, unfortunately. I feel like they've exhausted that continuity way too much.
To be honest, I want it to be a reboot, or I want the next movie to be a full-blown reboot. If this is supposed to be a prequel, let the next one be a reboot.
Just keep it about Transformers like they did in Bumblebee, and we will be going in the right direction.
I'm a Transformers fan. I'm going to see it no matter what. But there are people who are just like, I'm done. I don't want to see another Transformers movie after this. And I think that bringing it back to that that heart where characters are important is exactly the direction that the Transformers films needs to go.
I'm fine with changes and I'm fine with new characters, but when it comes to the core of things, I think the Michael Bay universe kind of lost that and kind of forgot what the core thing that people really love, and it was those characters.
I feel like the last time we saw Optimus Prime on Cybertron, when he was surrounded by Decepticons, should be where the Optimus Prime solo movie takes place. Like, how did he escape?
I would love to see a full-blown Cybertron, like all fully set on Cybertron movie.
I personally would like to see a Cybertron movie or an Optimus Prime Origins movie myself.
It's really time for a movie where Transformers are 100% the stars of their film. Like, 100%.
I'm hoping that for the future references, we get more respect to those original designs, but we'll have to wait and see.
All right, that's cool. A lot of great ideas there. And now I got one last question for you guys, and this is the shocker, because this definitely shocked us all when we watched the movie, and that is, what did you guys think of Cliffjumpers Death? I mean, we all know that Autobots gotta die in a movie. They all gotta die. So somebody's gotta go, and unfortunately it had to be Cliffjumper. How did you feel when he died?
It was shocking at first.
Like, the moment you saw his arm torn off, this guy's dead. He ain't coming back. He's dead. Goodbye, Cliff.
To sum it in a way,
I was annoyed a little bit, but I was like, when I really thought about it, I was like, Shatter and Dropkick needed to be introduced as these really evil Decepticons. They're ruthless, they're cunning.
Cliffjumpers Death was ruthless. Exactly what I wanted.
And all the fans, I could just hear them in my comment section already going, no!
I'm a G1 fan, so obviously I'm sitting there going like, oh man, this is like shock value. It's like a stab right in the chest.
I was not happy with it because I wanted Cliffjumper in the movie franchise for a long time, and they just did that. Hopefully with the Cybertron film they announced, maybe Cliffjumper will be in that more.
It just sucks because we won't be able to see him again until they do a reboot, or if they can somehow revive him.
Why doesn't Cliffjumper get any love?
It was done in a way to really, like, bring up the stakes that these Decepticons mean business.
I feel he died very courageously and honorably.
He ain't no punk. My boy Cliffjumper represented the Autobot cause like a boss.
I completely understand why they did that. It's always Cliffjumper. Why?
It's unfortunate, but hey, at least we get to see Cliffjumper in a live-action movie.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining in on this conversation. It has been really fun talking to you guys, and thank you so much for your time.
It's been really fun answering these questions for you, Alex.
Thank you very much, Alex. You've always been so nice to me. I appreciate you very much.
Thanks for having me, Alex. Anytime.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for having me.
And there you have it. Thank you so much, everybody at the Ragin Nation, for watching this conversation about Bumblebee. We got more videos to come. We're going to talk a little bit more about Bumblebee and the future of the franchise on the TF Movie Show. Thank you so much for joining in and supporting this channel. And I'll see you next time.
Now, if you excuse me, I got important things to do.